Hello, it's your boy Mello, TMG Mello, here to bring you the fight recap of the fight between Shakur, Fearless Stevenson, and Jamel Semper Fi Herring. And boy, this was a good fight. It was a good fight. I was glad I stayed up for that fight all the way in London, England. I had to stay up to like 5 o'clock in the morning. Damn. To be honest, the key is I'll give you a little trick. You take a nap. Take an early nap Saturday night. You stay in. Take a nap from like 8 o'clock. Wake up at like 3, 4. Ready to, go and watch the fight. And after the fight, I had to go coach. Coach my little kids in football. But anyways, back on track. Back to what I'm talking about. And the new WBO Super Featherweight Champion of the world is Shakur Fearless Stevenson. And boy, he ripped the belt from Jamel Herring's grasp. He ripped it. He didn't take it. He didn't snatch it. He ripped it. He said, give me that. And that's literally what happened. That's literally what happened. But yeah, a superstar was born that fight, that day. Wow. Shakur Fearless Stevenson put on a magnificent performance. Mwah. It was absolutely beautiful. But yeah, this was a fight of the battle of the Southpaws. Because both of them are operating a southpaw stance. Shakur now moves up to 17-0 with 9 KOs because he did stop Herring in the 10th round. It's now his second weight title. He had feather, now super featherweight. He's only 24 years old. How far can he go? How many divisions can he win? I personally feel, so that's super featherweight. That was 130. I feel go up to 135. He'll go up to 140, 147. That's 5 now. He may get the 6th, but I think he will top out at 147, to be fair. We'll see. But yeah, after the fight, he called out Oscar Valdez, the drug cheat. He called him out saying, you're next, let's unify. But more importantly on the fight itself, he passed the litmus test with flying colours. He passed it, he pretty much scored him 100. Like, if I was grading his fight, I'll give him 100 pretty much. I mean, actually I won't give him 100 because he didn't knock him out, but I don't know, man. I'm inclined to give him 100 out of 100. Like, boy, that was a magnificent performance. I mean, it was a special performance. It was a performance that he'll look back in his career, or people when they're assessing his career, but like, this is the day he really rose to the next level and really became, a superstar. Speed kills. And not Jamal. Shakur is as fast as lightning. His jab was piercing. It was working magnificently. He was pinging back Jamel Herring's head consistently. Pinpoint accuracy. He picked him completely apart. I mean, combinations to body, to head, the dexterity, the diversity in his punches and his punch selection. Oh my gosh. It was a clinic. So I called it on the Instagram. Check us out. The clinic. It was a clinic. I called this fight. It was a boxing clinic. Oh, take me back. I wish I was there. That was a magnificent performance. 110%. I mean, wow. And yeah, just to emphasize and drive home how he basically, shut out Jamel Herring. Like, in my book, he won all the rounds. You could make an argument for round 5 for Jamel Herring, but in my opinion, he won all the rounds. And 2 of the 3 judges agreed with me, even though the judges are not always correct. Only one judge gave, I believe, Herring 1 round. I think it wasn't even round 5. It was around like round 3 or something like that. But boy, wow, what a performance. It's wow. It was what a wow. And Jamel Herring is no slouch. He was the belt holder. He retired He retired Carl Frampton, for crying out loud. But here's an interesting stat for you stat mongers and tuners. It's a great stat. In the last 43 rounds, Shakur has outlanded his opponent. The last 43 rounds, Shakur has outlanded his opponent. And you know why I bring that up? Because it takes me on to my next point. Yeah, it takes me on to that point. He gave me shades of what I was seeing from Floyd Mayweather. Hit and don't get hit. And because Floyd Mayweather, if you look at the records, look at the statistics, he has the best statistics when it comes to that stat, when it comes to hitting and not getting hit. He has the best plus-minus percentage in, the amount of punches he's landing on his opponents and the amount of punches they've landed on him. I believe his is in the mid-30s, maybe high 20s. I can't remember, too tough. But boy, that's something that Floyd Mayweather was doing. See, the way I compare those two, I'm not saying Shakur is like a young Floyd Mayweather, because young Floyd Mayweather was knocking folks out. He was he had all the skills as well. Don't get twisted, but he was knocking guys out, was finishing them or knocking them down or winning by knockout victory. Shakur wasn't really doing that, as you can see by his percentage. It was 9-17. Before this, it was 8-16, 50%. That's what Floyd ended up being with. By the time his hands became brittle and became more of a counter puncher, more defensively orientated. But Shakur, he's maybe, who knows, maybe he's going to do the opposite for his career. Start off with the skills, defense first, hit and not get hit, win on points. Then he becomes more of a knockout artist, finishing guys off, more of a power puncher. I mean, the guy's only 24, so he's growing into his man body, becoming a lot stronger. So this could be the case. And as he rises through the ranks, he's going to need to do that to keep certain guys away from him and keep certain guys off him, for sure. But it's crazy because Shakur's 5'6", 5'7". Jamel Herring's at 5'10", 5'11". And Shakur looked the stronger man, looked the more solid, and all around he was sharp. That was just the key for the fight. He was just sharp from the minute one. From minute one, second one, he was just sharp. And this goes to show why Shakur, I believe, will become a superstar, barring injury, or because mentally he's very strong. He knows how to take criticism, and he knows how to use it to take him to the next level, and he knows how to use it to fuel him to take him to the next level, which we should all look to do. Not all criticism is bad at all. And even if you think it's bad, there may be some reason they may be because they're just a hater, but use it as fuel to make them hate even more. You get it? Like, just use it as fuel. Just fuel yourself with that hate. And, transfer that energy into something positive. But yeah, Tim Bradley was basically saying his fights were boring, this, that. And that's what Shakur even did. He made the fight exciting. He took on the chin and even said thank you to Tim Bradley for criticizing me. And he took on the chin and took himself to the next level. Shout out Shakur Stevenson, the one. But on the other side of the fight, I'll touch on Jamel Herring. He may be looking at retirement. The guy's 35. Got to give him full credit because he's an army vet. And so he's seen a lot of things. A lot of things that most normal people wouldn't dream of seeing or wouldn't like to see it by any stretch of their imagination. He is now 23 and 3 with 11 KOs. It was peak because after the first round, you could hear Herring's corner saying he needs to commit as into punches because he was looking hesitant. He was moving hesitant because he couldn't get to speed with what Shakur was producing. And that's a bad sign. In the first round, they're already saying that. It's crazy. But then again, Bomac, his trainer, and he knows all about Shakur Stevenson because, Shakur's tight with Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford's trainer is also Bomac. He's probably been in the gym with them guys. Also, Andre Ward is, I believe, he's mentor or manager, or maybe he's promoter, one of those three. So they're all tight knit. So they're probably all been in the gym together. So he knows what Shakur can bring. He's seen what Shakur can do. And basically, Herring couldn't hit him clean with consistency the whole night. He found it difficult, like I said, to match and to get in rhythm with what Shakur was producing. And like I said, he got completely shut out and shut down before the TKO. And, Shakur handled everything Herring threw at him. And Herring threw the whole book. He threw the whole book at him. He tried to mud up the fight, which is rightfully so he should do. But tried to make it dirty, scrappy, even a couple low blows. But Shakur had an answer for everything. I mean, just on another level that night. And, he'll do really well to top this performance. I don't think he'll end up going down as his best performance of his career or the biggest. In terms, he might be the best, but I don't think he'll be the greatest because Herring is not a major name like that. You know what I mean? He's not a pound-for-pound fighter like that. When people... And he's 35 and stuff like that, so he's on the way down. Even though he was a champion and looked really good in his last few fights, and he's been on a great run. I think he's won his last 6 or 7 fights since he last lost. But, for example, if Shakur was to fight someone like a Tank in the future, or a Devin Haney, a Teofimo Lopez, someone like that, they're both the same age, both in the prime of their careers, that would be a career-defining fight that will go down as the greatest fight in his career if it was he to win. But the light divisions, super featherweight, lightweight, super lightweight, they're looking really good. I mean, they're on that space from like 30 to 40. Boy, there's a lot of killers there, a lot of future killers. I can't wait to see those boys. One day I'm gonna be at those fights. You know what I mean? But yeah, the fight got stopped in the 10th round. Not necessarily because Jamel Herring was wobbled or per se or looking like he couldn't defend himself, but he was just taking too much damage. The cut that they checked earlier on in the 10th round was becoming worse. So yeah, it was peak. It was peak in the end. But it's your boy Mello, TMG. Make sure you follow us on all socials. Twitter, Instagram, follow us. Make sure you subscribe. YouTube, make sure you listen to our episodes audibly. That be on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Your boy Mello, TMG, and I'm out.